Every day, millions send their prayers like packages, stamped with faith, sealed with hope, and wait. We've all been there, hands raised, eyes closed, a whisper in the dark. But what happens when heaven stays silent? But what if unanswered prayers aren't silence, they're signals? What if heaven's silence isn't a rejection, but an invitation? 1. God's silence isn't absence. Isaiah 41:10. Do not fear, for I am with you. There's a moment, somewhere between the prayer and the promise, where everything feels still. No signs, no sounds, no change. And in that stillness, doubt creeps in. Maybe he's not listening. But silence isn't the same as absence. God isn't a vending machine, he's a gardener. And sometimes he does his greatest work buried beneath the soil, where no eye can see, but everything is growing. When he's quiet, maybe he's closer than ever. God's silence often feels like abandonment, but silence doesn't mean God has walked away. Like a teacher during a test, sometimes he's quiet because you already have what you need. 2. Sometimes it's not time yet. Ecclesiastes 3:1. There is a time for everything. We live in a world of now. Tap, swipe, click, instant answers. But God is not on our clock. He moves at the speed of trust and the rhythm of eternity. When the door doesn't open, when the opportunity passes, when your miracle feels late, remember this: God isn't slow, he's precise. Delay is not denial. Maybe he's still preparing the answer, or maybe he's still preparing you. We often treat prayer like a transaction, ask and get. But God works in seasons. He's not just preparing the answer, he's preparing you to handle it. 3. The answer might look different. Ephesians 3:20. Now to him who is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine. We pray with specific pictures in our heads, a name, a number, a location, a plan. And when life doesn't follow that blueprint, we assume God said no. But what if he said yes, just not in the way we imagined? What if the door that closed was making space for a better one we didn't know existed? His answers often come dressed in ordinary clothes, hidden in detours, or disguised as disappointments. Don't miss the miracle just because it didn't arrive how you expected. What if you're waiting for a door to open and God's building a whole new house? The answer you want may not look like the answer you need. 4. What if God's protecting you? Proverbs 16:9. In their hearts, humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps. Some prayers feel ignored, some dreams fall apart. But what if the rejection wasn't punishment? It was protection. You were asking for something, a job, a relationship, a path that you thought would lead to joy. But God saw the road ahead. He saw the pain you couldn't predict, the heartbreak that was waiting behind that yes. And in his mercy, he said no. Sometimes the most loving thing God can do is close a door you're desperately trying to force open. Sometimes the blessing is not what God gives, it's what he keeps from you. That closed door, it may have saved your heart. 5. God is growing you. First, James 1:3-4. The testing of your faith produces perseverance. We pray, God, change my situation. But what if he wants to change you first? Before he puts you in the promise, he grows you in the process. The waiting, the struggling, the stretching. It's not wasted, it's holy ground. God isn't just trying to get you through. He's trying to build you up. And when it finally comes, the blessing won't break you, because he made you strong enough to carry it. Sometimes, God is working on you, not your situation, because the miracle isn't just what happens around you, it's what happens in you. 6. Unforgiveness blocks the blessing. Mark 11:25. If you hold anything against anyone, forgive them. You're praying for peace, for healing, for breakthrough. But deep down, you're holding on to pain, to betrayal, to bitterness, and it's clogging the flow. God is trying to pour in, but your heart is full of things He never meant for you to carry. Forgiveness isn't about excusing them. It's about freeing you, not forgetting what they did, but releasing it into God's hands. Sometimes the miracle comes the moment you let go. We pray for peace but hold on to poison. Unforgiveness clogs the pipeline of God's favor. Let go and let grace flow. 7. You're the answer to someone else's prayer. 2 Corinthians 1:4. So that we can comfort those in any trouble. While you're waiting for your miracle, someone else is praying for a you. You, with your scars. You, with your story. You, with the comfort you found after the pain. God doesn't waste your hurt. He recycles it into healing for others. Maybe your prayer isn't unanswered. Maybe your purpose is being revealed, because sometimes you are the answer. Heaven's silence doesn't mean God is done with you. It means He's not done forming you. The waiting is sacred. The delay is intentional. And the silence, that's where faith becomes real. So don't stop praying. Don't stop trusting. Because sometimes the greatest miracles are the ones that happen in you, not just for you.